welcome. Today I am going to share with you how to make sea salt cream using whipping cream powder. In a previous video I showed you how to make sea salt cream using liquid whipping cream, which is the more premium version of what we are going to make today. So if you are on a budget and the price point that you are looking for is lower than using liquid whipping cream, you can make use of whipping cream powder. So for this, you can use any whipping cream powder that you have available in your country. Just make sure you get a good one. So try a few brands until you find the one that matches your requirements. So the ingredients will be our whipping cream powder. We need cold water and we need sea salt. At the end of this video clip, you will find out how many cups we can make from the proportion that we are making today, as well as how much is the cost per cup. So we are going to make one drink to determine how much of the sea salt cream that we actually need to use per cup. So let's get started by making our sea salt cream. For this, I'm going to use a 1 liter jug, and we are going to make use of an electric frother. You don't need to use a hand mixer, this will do. What we are aiming for is a cream that is pourable, not very thick. So what I need, 100 grams of whipping cream powder, 300 milliliters of cold water, and I am going to try with 1/2 teaspoon of salt. If it's not salty enough, we are going to add more salt. Stir just to make sure your powder from the bottom of your jug will be combined well. When you whip, do not whip for too long, maybe about 30 seconds. Okay, let me just check the texture at this point. I am happy with this texture now. You don't want to whip it anymore because you won't be able to pour it. So what you're looking for is a texture which is pourable. Okay, so this is perfect for me now. I am just going to taste it, whether it's salty enough, before we proceed with preparing our drink. Okay, I can taste a little bit of the salt, but I think it might be better with a little bit more. So I'm going to add just about 1/4 teaspoon more, and then just use the spoon to stir in the salt, okay? This is how you should do it. You should try it before you make use of whatever formula you come up with, okay? This is a guidance. The recipe that I'm showing you here is a guidance, so you can adjust the salt depending on your preferences. Now that we have our sea salt cream, so it has doubled in size, now we are about to establish how many cups can we make from this proportion. For this, I'm going to make a simple drink. I'm going to make iced coffee sea salt cream, and I'm going to use the coffee which I brewed from my French press. This is a 16 ounces glass. My recipe here is to get 5 ounces of my brewed coffee. I am going to just make it a little bit sweet, so I'm going to add 1/2 ounce of my sugar syrup. You can skip this if you'd like. I just would like it to be sweet, bittersweet with the coffee and then the salty cream on top. Okay, mix well. And then we are going to pour it into a glass full of ice here. And now to establish how much sea salt cream do we need to put in this glass, okay? So I'm going to use a spoon here, a foam scoop, and I'm going to start with 1 scoop, which should be about 15 or 1 tablespoon of sea salt cream. So 1 scoop here, and let's see whether it's good enough. It looks substantial enough, so it's not enough. I'm going to put 2 scoops. Okay, and it's still not enough. So I would say about 3 scoops of the sea salt cream. Very creamy. And there you go. Okay, 3 scoops of the sea salt cream, which is now getting very, very thick. So 3 scoops of sea salt cream per cup. And that is looking substantial enough, good enough. Okay? Let me give it a try. Sea salt is salty, it's quite creamy. And the coffee is good. I love the combination of this coffee with the sea salt cream. And this is using whipping cream powder. Okay, now that we have 1 cup here, let's establish how many cups can we actually make. I'm going to scoop up 3 scoops for each of this cup. So 1, 2, 3. This is all finished. So what we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cups altogether for the proportion that we made today. The total cost of this mixture is about 24 baht, and it makes 1 cup. For the topping alone, the cost is about 2.4 Thai baht, which is equivalent to about 4 pesos. So this is the budget recipe, and so depending on the price of your drinks, you can decide what cream to use, whether you are going to use whipping cream powder or whether you are going to use liquid whipping cream. Before we end, I would like to compare the sea salt cream using a whipping cream powder and the sea salt cream using a liquid whipping cream, which is more premium.
Hello.
We are having a bit of a dilemma here. So I was showing everyone how to make sea salt cream 2 different ways. One is the budget, which is using whipping cream powder, and the other is using a liquid whipping cream. Cost-wise, the cost of making sea salt cream using the whipping cream powder is 40% cheaper than the cost of using a premium whipping cream.
Okay.
Now, please taste both of them and tell us what you think.
Is this the one to go on the sea salt latte?
Yes, this is the topping for drinks that you can put on your matcha, your milk tea, or your coffee. Okay, let's start with the first one.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
The verdict, please.
This one tastes. Is it the same amount of salt?
Actually, we put a little bit more salt here.
Really, because it actually comes out a lot more in this one, and it's really, really nice. I think if you compare them on their own, it's a little strange because this one's very salty, whereas this one you can barely taste the salt. But I imagine that if you're putting it in with something else, then this one will definitely taste better. In terms of the overall taste, this one, like, let's start with texture. This one feels very airy. I mean, it looks very airy compared to this one, but it's almost just like you just feel it, but you don't taste it. Again, because there isn't really that salty taste. Whereas with this one, the texture is a lot smoother, it's a lot creamier, and it's salty. So you get the texture and the flavor. Yeah, I think this one's okay. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, given that it's supposed to be a lot cheaper.
Yes, 40% cheaper.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But okay, with anything that's sea salt cream based drink, it's not something that you would have every day for home use. So I would splurge a little bit. If it were me, I would splurge a little bit and go for the nicer one. And also if it's for even if you're selling it, I'd go for the more expensive one if you can make that work, because there is a clear difference between the two.
As a buyer, would you pay an extra, say 10 baht or 10 pesos to get a more premium sea salt cream?
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely pay extra for that.
Okay then. Well, for those with coffee shops and milk tea shops, if you can charge extra, a little bit more, to get the better quality sea salt cream, then that is what we would recommend to you.
Yeah.
Okay, but then both of them will work depending on your price point.
Yeah, and maybe try them. Maybe you have a different verdict than I do, but I just personally prefer this one.
Okay, well, thank you once again for giving us your honest opinion. And if you'd like to see more of this video tutorials, so click that subscribe button now, and we'll see you again next time. In the meantime, stay safe, stay tuned. Thank you for watching.
Ciao for now.